what are your thoughts on passing privilege and how to combat that?
You better break it down.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm exhausted because I've been working my tushy off, but I'm invigorated by it. I'm really invigorated by this conversation. Thank you, Wilson, and thank you, everyone. Passing privilege. I think it's really, it's a complicated issue, and I think that it is important that trans people who do have that privilege, have space to identify and as trans when they want to on their own terms. I think that it's important to be critical of that. It's funny because I try not to read negative comments about me, but someone on social media said that the question was, is Laverne Cox bad for the trans community? And the argument was because they said I was drop dead gorgeous on the cover of Time magazine, and I don't represent all trans people. And I was like, I'm drop dead gorgeous. And because the intense thing is I don't feel drop dead gorgeous.
Well, you're
right. And I still a few weeks ago and it doesn't happen every day anymore, but a few weeks ago someone called me a man on the street. I was called a he she. I still get I don't think I've ever had passing privilege personally. So because when somebody's calling you a man on the street, I don't feel like I'm passing. And I think the whole thing, the question, Janet speaks beautifully about this, because passing as myself, I think it's like I'm a woman. I'm passing as myself. I'm a woman. I'm a black woman. I'm a trans woman. For me, throughout my life and transition, I've embraced. Early on, I did not embrace being trans. I was hoping to transition and to pass and to have that privilege, and I did, and it didn't happen. I would still walk down the street and get into so many of my sisters and brothers and siblings, trans siblings in general, have experienced that when they're walking down the street and people call them out of their names. And for me, I had to begin to empower myself and say that there's nothing wrong with me being trans. There's nothing wrong with me being recognized as trans, because being trans is beautiful. And so I think the whole different people look different ways. So I think it's really important to I don't want to demonize anyone who might pass and or blend in as as a cis person. Maybe red is cis as a passing term is so problematic. I don't want to demonize them because everybody has their own journey and their own struggle.